Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast with your host Ben Reynolds. We got Taylor Gatwood here. Tyler Wright has the day off, so it's just me and Gatwood bringing y'all the NFL picks and news and breakdowns. What's up, man?
What's up, bro? It's another week of football. You can't complain.
Another week, another great Thursday night game. You know, we had the Giants and Washington, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me! This game should not be this close.
It was a. I mean, you couldn't ask for two straight really good Thursday night football games to start off the year.
I know, 'cause usually Thursday night football games usually be dull. They put like somebody like the Jets versus Jaguars or something like that. Just something like a game that nobody wants to see.
Yeah.
Everybody thought this was gonna be the same type of game, but it turned out to be a little bit more competitive than what we thought.
Yeah, I'll give it have to give it to Daniel Jones. I mean, he played a good game.
He
that's
did.
The best I've seen. I think that's the best I've seen him play personally.
I think that was the best game he ever played.
Probably.
And just from looking at the game, I was really surprised about how Washington just gave up chunks of yards. I didn't see that last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it surprised me too. Their pass rush wasn't as feared as it was last year either in that game to me.
Yeah. Chase Young, he couldn't get any pressure. Who's on the other end? Sweat?
Yeah, Montez Sweat.
Yes, he's on the other end. So I don't know what's going on at D-line. Like, they leaving gaping holes for the either running back or the quarterback. Last week they played against Chargers, and I believe they allowed that many yards on the ground. Like, they were pretty efficient against the run, but for some reason they couldn't figure out the Giants' rushing game.
Their secondary might be a little suspect. That Fuller dude's pretty good, though. I think he has usually had pretty good coverage. But other than that, and then Landon Collins is basically a box safety.
Do you think we gave him, Landon Collins, he's not what he used to be. Remember he was with the Giants a long time.
Yep.
I mean, he was a pretty good safety back then, but, he's a little bit older now, and the secondary is not what it used to. If that pass rush is not on point, then the secondary is just horrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you let Daniel Jones throw all over you like that, yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, no offense, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's not terrible, but he's not a leader or anything.
Yeah, he's not. I don't consider himself a leader. Everybody else, the Giants receivers, they buy into him. Apparently, the coaching staff is buying to him. They said he's more than that. What people give him credit for. But when I watch the game, I like Daniel Jones. I don't have nothing against him, but I don't know. He just seemed like just another, in the future backup quarterback.
Yeah, another below average guy.
Yeah, it's like Michael Vick called him the White Vic. That's about the only thing I see that they got going for him, so that he can run it. And but I'm just not impressed by his passing ability. He threw for 249 and 1 touchdown, and maybe it's the O line. Maybe he never had a good O line. He was sacked 4 times yesterday. Maybe that's it.
Maybe, man. I don't know. I told you that's the best I've seen him play.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if it was a fluke or not.
I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's something that's we're gonna see more frequent from him. Just that style of play.
I don't got nothing against him. I hope he does good.
Yeah, me too. I don't have nothing against him. He never like rubbed me the wrong way, or he never came off as like prideful or anything like that. He just seemed like a good dude. So it's not hard. It's not hard to root for him because he just seemed like he's a professional and like he always do things the right way. It seemed like, or say the right things. So I guess that's why the team is high on him, because he always showed like a professional mannerism and stuff like that. Were you more impressed by the Giants or were you more concerned about Washington?
More concerned about Washington.
Mm-hmm. I had the same feeling.
Because the defense is their strength, and I thought that was going to be a huge strength going into the year. And they're lucky to win that game. If that dude wouldn't have been all sides at the end of the game, they'd have lost.
Yeah, well, we had we had a drop pass. To be honest, that pass, in my opinion, was little overthrown. Everybody blaming Slayton like it touched his fingers, but nah, that ball was a little bit overthrown. If he would have dove for it, maybe. But other than that, it just seemed like the ball was just slightly overthrown. It was a bad pass.
He was wide open.
He was wide open.
He should have underthrew him a little bit.
Yeah, like he could have literally threw a moon ball like Russell Wilson to him, and it would have been a touchdown. And the game would probably been over. It would have been over. But
Kenny Galladay looks like him and Dan Jones aren't on the same page either. He dropped a few balls last night.
He did, and he showed frustration. Everybody said he was yelling at Daniel Jones on the sideline, but it was Jason Garrett sitting down right beside him. Daniel Jones kind of walked up to the bench while he was yelling. So it seemed like he had some choice words for Jason Garrett there. And, I mean, if your O-line can't block or pass protect or open up lanes, then it's not really the OC's fault that they can't run the right plays. And it's not like he's just getting a ton of separation either. So I don't know what he's complaining about other than that he may not be getting enough passes or something like that, or the play calling might be vanilla. But it seemed like it was on point to me. It's just like if you don't have a great offense, a great structure, then it's just not going to be fluent. So I don't know what he's complaining about.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor Heinicke, he made the most of his opportunity again. To me, I thought he had a solid game until he threw that interception late in the game. That was a bad one. But
yeah, well, it was Terry McLaurin's fault.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you saw him. I forgot what DB that was. Maybe it wasn't Bradbury. What corner was that cut in front of him? Well, a corner cut in front of him, and he had to readjust his route, which caused him not to be on point, and that's why Bradbury was so able to jump that route so crisp, because McLaurin had to backtrack on his route. So he had to go a little bit deeper than usual and stay short.
That makes sense, because I just didn't really understand. Like, it was such a bad interception. Like, I was like, something happened wrong.
Yeah, McLaurin, he had to reroute his original route. He had to go a little bit deeper than usual instead of being a clean slant. It kind of got interrupted. So that why the interception happened right there. But going forward, I'm halting all my praise on Washington. Like, I'm pulling all of it back. Like, all the high expectations I have for them, I'm kind of bringing them way down. I just not like what I'm seeing. Taylor, I don't know why I call him Tyler, but maybe he just looked like a taller to me. I don't know why, but Taylor Hine, he did what he can do, and I don't have high expectations for this offense. It just, I don't know. It seems like the team is kind of trying to find themselves, but they're not playing together or something. Something's off. I can't put my finger on it, but they just need to find a footing on the offensive side of the ball and defense side of the ball in order to make a push. Because Dallas right now look like a clear favorite. Like, I don't see anybody in the NFC even touching Dallas, to be honest.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
just
with
what I
that.
want to see.
Yeah, especially after the first couple games. But I mean, the Eagles might end up being the second best team in that division if Washington plays like that.
Yeah, exactly. If the Washington team play like that, they're not winning too much. They're not winning too many games here. Just point blank. If you barely, the only reason why you beat the Giants because they beat themselves. No, they did the most giant things is beat
Yeah.
themselves, and everyone for the offsides on a field goal kick, bro. And you playing the middle, like you watching dead. Your eyes are dead on the ball, so why you jumping outside? Like, it wasn't for that. Washington, they'd be 0-2 going into week 3.
I bet that special teams coach, I bet they went and filmed today and that dude was getting chewed out. It was offsides.
Some Giants, some Washington fans said he should have been released before he stepped back into the locker room. I like, geez.
That was ridiculous, but I mean, it's just something it can't happen. Not in the NFL. You don't see that happen.
Not on the field goal. Usually on the field goal kick, usually be the outside guys that usually line up outside, but not the inside guys. Come on.
Yeah.
So let me see. Do I have the score here? So the Washington hold off the Giants 30-29 on a late game winning field goal. Washington, they're going into the week 3 1-1. Giants 0-2. All right, let's move on to the.
I got one more thing I want to bring up. What do you think about Saquon? What's going on with him?
All right, so I did read a couple of Giants posts, and they're saying that they trying to ease him on, like his body, he's not in game shape yet. His legs, he's still trying to get his legs underneath him. So they got him on a carry count basically. So he had a short week, and so they knew they wouldn't give him a load of carries on a short week. But since he's going to a longer week, his volume should go up. So that's what I heard from a couple of columnists talking about Saquon and how they bringing him along, which made perfect sense because I was kind of wondering myself. But I get it. He just came off a major injury. He's like, you don't want to put the whole boatload on him like that.
So, yeah, that makes sense because I was a little concerned about him.
Yeah, he looked pretty decent. He hit holes, pretty crisp and pretty agile. So yeah, it seemed like they just got him on the count.
Makes sense.
All right, let's go into the Bengals and Bears here. The Bengals coming off a huge win off Minnesota, which frankly surprised me, and the Bears come off of a loss versus the Rams. When I seen this matchup, I'm thinking to myself, man, if Justin Fields was playing right now, I'll probably pick the Bears because the offense did have a little pop to them versus the Rams. And I feel like they had like a true playmaker at quarterback, then they probably would have been a close game than what it was.
Yeah.
So we have, I believe the Bengals are on the road here.
Yeah, they are.
I just like what I saw from Cincinnati offense. What's his name? Joe Mixon looking like he's back in form. He had 29 rushes for 127 in yards. And I believe that the Bears defense is not what they used to be. So I believe they can be had in the passing and the rushing game. Henderson, he popped off a couple good runs off on them in this past Sunday night game. And that's why I'm like feeling for. I'm counting on the Bengals offense to pick off from week 1 last Sunday and just continue to make big plays on the Bears, and the Bears not be able to keep up with them. That's what I'm counting for.
Yeah, I do too. I think like you said, man, if Justin Fields was playing, I'd definitely pick the Bears by probably a couple touchdowns. But since Andy Dalton's behind center, I'm taking the Bengals.
Exactly. And A. Jackson had been playing like the Pro Bowl safety he is a couple years ago. And I feel like the secondary is susceptible to big plays, and that's when Jamar Chase. Look, that's so crazy. Like Jamar Chase can make the play. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. Like these guys are deep threat guys. That Joe Burrow can push the ball downfield, and these guys can go make plays on the ball. And that's where Chicago have a problem. If I'm the Bengals. Of course I don't have balance, but I want to test on corners because I'm not quite sold on the Bears secondary, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but they took a step back.
I feel like if the Bengals do get ahead by a couple scores or something, I would not be surprised if they do put Fields in there.
It don't make any sense if New England start Matt Jones, if Jacksonville can start Trevor Lawrence, why can't the Bears not start Justin Fields?
Yeah, it's not like it's not like he's like sitting behind like an Aaron Rodgers or something. Like it's just freaking Andy Dalton.
It's like they acting like he's Taylor Heineke or Tyrod Taylor or somebody like that. It's our Fitzpatrick. It's freaking Andy Dalton, man.
Yeah, you saw how bad he played with the Cowboys last year. They were atrocious.
Exactly. And I don't know what Andy Dalton has on the Bears head coach, but it must be something juicy because, man, he is sticking with Andy Dalton. He got Andy Dalton saying, Justin Fields going to have his time, but it's my time right now. Like, what? He got that man confident.
Like, okay, I understand. You lost to the Rams. Like, you probably would have lost to the Rams regardless. But the Bengals, man, y'all lose to the Bengals, and you got Justin Fields sitting on the bench. You're an idiot.
He must have won his job. It must be a master plan of his.
He's lucky he has his job. Because I'm pretty sure he was the one who wanted Trubisky. So he better be glad he even has his job.
I know, who was in that class? Did he pass on Mahomes? Wasn't it Mahomes?
Mahomes and Watson were in that class.
Mahomes and Watson, right? Yeah. And what's so crazy is Mitch Trubisky coming out of North Carolina. When I saw this guy, I'm like, why and who? Like, why are you looking at this guy and who is he?
Exactly.
North Carolina.
I heard of him before they drafted him.
Exactly. Like, I never seen a dude face on any sports column or newspaper or anything like that. Like, watch out for this guy. You know how ESPN be pumping up guys in Yahoo and Fox Sports? Like, I ain't see none of his pictures nowhere.
That's the same way it's the same way with Zach Wilson to me. I never really knew who Zach Wilson was.
The only reason I knew who Zach Wilson was, they occasionally put BYU games on ESPN, and so I was able to catch some of his games. I was like, dang, this dude can throw. Like, he remind me of Andrew Luck. I was like, dang, he can move and throw like that. This dude's talented. So that's how I knew about Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Bengals offense is a little bit better than the Bears defense, and maybe I believe the game gonna still be a little. Nah, it's not gonna be a 2. I don't think the Bengals gonna win by 2 touchdowns, but they should win at least about 10 points, so around there. Cause I feel like the Bears gonna rely heavily on David Montgomery, and if I'm the Bengals, I want them to try to run it and make Andy Dalton throw it. That's just how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. For sure.
So you had the Bengals. I had the Bengals. Tyler had the Bengals. So,
I'm surprised somebody takes the Bears.
I don't think nobody just when we just see Andy Dalton is like off-putting. How you see something disgusting and you're hungry, but you're not hungry anymore after you just saw it. That's what I feel like when they see the Bears. They're like, nah, I'm good.
You look at their defense. All right, that's a good start. And you look at the offensive side of the ball, and Andy Dalton's the quarterback. You're like, never mind.
Pass. So everybody taking on the Bengals on the VOL side. Next game is Texans versus Browns. Texans showed out, but against Jacksonville.
Exactly.
Nothing to write home about. So, which I was still surprised they beat them like that. But it's going to be a different story for the Browns. And all I got to say is Nick Chubb, Nick Chubb, Nick Chubb. Too much to handle for him. Too much.
Well, that's the reason. That's one of the reasons the Jaguars went wrong, because the Texans' run defense is horrible, and they only ran James Robinson 5 times. So,
and they ran Carlos Hyde, I think, 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, that's a terrible game plan, especially when you have a rookie quarterback. Man, you got to let them rely on the run game. So,
from what I don't understand is that I could call a better game plan. You can call a better game. I know we can call a better game plan. If I were the head coach and you my OC, we putting together a pretty solid game plan, and we don't know the ins and outs of NFL coaching like that. I know for sure. Huh?
Especially against the Texans.
Yeah, I know for sure. I know I can put a game plan versus the Texans. Like, how you not run James Robinson? That's the first thing coming to my mind. I'm like, yo, we getting James Robinson the ball. We're gonna take some of the pressure off Trevor, and he's not throwing 51 times a game.
Yeah, try to get your playmakers the ball in space. Like they could have got Laviska Shenault out in space, and Trevor was having to force balls downfield. Like he wasn't getting rid of the ball quick enough. Like they weren't giving him plays to make him comfortable. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we know how the Texas O-line is set up for. Not Texas, Jacksonville O-line is set up for him. So why you got this man dropping back 51 times with a bad O-line? Are you trying to get this man killed?
Apparently so.
That's what
I guess Urban Meyer thought he was still in college.
Yeah, like Taylor, just think about this. 51 times. Like every time I think about that, I'm like, my mind just like blown. 51 times.
Yeah,
Urban Meyer.
That has to be up there with one of the most for a rookie in his first game ever.
That's gotta be. Like I probably should look that up because that's absurd. Even though they gonna say most of it is in garbage time, which is true, but still though, like I would probably, they weren't gonna win this game. They weren't gonna win this game. It was really a blowout before, way before then.
It was like 34-7 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking about, and I just know they won't be able to stop the Browns. The Browns passing game or their running game, and kind of Browns they showed they played a good game for Chiefs. It's just that bad interception Baker threw at the end. It cost them the game.
Yeah, the Browns are solid. They're really good this year.
Yeah. So everybody.
Texans have I said Texans have no chance.
Yeah, Texans. Now this is one game I know for sure that the team's gonna win. If I had $500, I put it all on the Browns. So Browns, everybody at VOF is taking the Browns, which is a given. Next game is Rams versus Colts. We saw from the Rams, everybody thought it was going to be a great offense, solid defense, just an all-around overall team. And, they showed what the offense can do versus the Bears. Stafford had a really solid game. I can't remember. I think I have right here how much he threw for. Let me see. He threw for... Oh, no, that's Andy Dalton. He threw for 321, 3 touchdowns. I mean, you can't get better than that.
Yeah, he had a really good debut.
Really good. So, and they ran Henderson. He had 16 carries, 70 yards. Now, what I saw from the Colts, I didn't like how the offense is setting up. It seemed like the defense of the Colts are more acceptable to the run now, and they giving up chunk plays. They gave up huge bombs to Seattle, which is crazy. Russell Wilson threw for 241. I think he had 4 touchdowns on the day. So that's not boding well for the Colts when they was like predicated on their defense. The defense for them was the key of getting them to the Super Bowl, and the offense, doing what they need to do to put points on the board. But it seemed like neither one is hitting on all cylinders. So this is troublesome, especially for a new quarterback like Wentz who's coming off an injury, and he trying to get acclimated to the offense. But when your defense is not stopping anybody, when they give them a huge chunk plays, when they give them a big splash plays, then how can the offense who just kind of find their footing, find themselves, fight, have a chance in this game? And if the defense continue to play like this, then they gonna lose a lot of games, man.
Yeah, because I mean they do have a good running back, but like you said, how's Carson Wentz ever going to get comfortable if he's always behind because the defense is like lacking so bad that like he's going to have to throw the ball more than he probably wants to, especially getting used to the new offense. I mean, if I'm the Colts, you want to be like close game, being able to feed Jonathan Taylor. That's how you're going to be successful. And then Carson Wentz is better off of play action, in my opinion.
He is.
So that's what they need to try to do. Try to get Jonathan Taylor going, and then Carson Wentz will, I think he'll play better then.
Yeah, cause maybe I need to do some research on Colts online, but it seemed like they took a step back too. And Jonathan Taylor didn't have a huge game. Wentz was sacked 3 times in the day. And everybody said, well, they seemed like it was in the game. No, they got back in the game after, in garbage time where the game, it seemed like they was in the game, but they were never in the game. I'm put it like that. And
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't actually watch the game, but I watched some of the highlights, and I felt that way.
Yeah, it seemed like they were never in the game, even though the score is saying that they were in the game, but they never were. The offense was flutter. I believe they went for it on 4th down a couple times. I think I have that stat. Where is it? Yes. Oh, they're 0 for 3 on 4th down. Like, come on, guys. That's what killing y'all. Like, how you go for it on 4th down 3 times and not make it 1 time?
3 turnovers right there.
3 turnovers. That's not helping Wentz. And that's what getting me. This is the same thing. What team was that? No, I don't think it was the Falcons. Was it the Ravens or the Raiders? One of them went for on 4th down, and they was like in the. I want to say it was the Raiders. They was in the Ravens territory, but they was on like the Ravens 40-yard line, and they decided to go for on 4th down, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, I saw them.
It was the Raiders, wasn't it?
Yep.
Why would y'all go for on 4th down right there? Just punt it and pin them to the back of the end zone. Pin them down there and make them work 90 yards.
Man, you want me to tell you, in that game, in that Raiders game, that Raiders and Ravens game, I'll tell you what absolutely killed me. So I was down. I was literally tied with somebody in fantasy, and it was like the 3rd quarter, and I had Josh Jacobs. I needed 1 point to win. So, and then at the end of the 4th, so he didn't give me any points in the 3rd. He got all the way down in the 4th. Remember they got that touchdown for the win or whatever, and then he got called back. He got called back, and they were on like the half-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Jacobs was in, and I was like, okay, I got this in the bag. Let's try and give it to Josh Jacobs. And then Derek Carr, quarterback, sneaks it, doesn't get in, and then they get a false start. And I was like, this is a joke. I got screwed so bad. I ended up tying.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I was like, wow. I thought that you had in the bag, so I didn't check the score till after the game. And I seen that both of y'all would tie. I'm like, how? And I went back and looked. I was like, oh, okay. Josh Jacobs didn't get no other touchdown after he got that like 20-yard rush and touchdown. I was like, geez.
That was horrible to watch. I was pulling my hair out.
Why all these teams are not using like common sense, but they putting all their faith into analytics? Okay, analytics say you have a 65% chance of getting this first down, this 4th and 1, but if you take into consideration, you on the opponent's 40-yard line. So if you don't get it, they give them a short field, and let's say the score is like 10-7. y'all still it's a close game.
Yeah, exactly. Too many.
Don't,
If you're gonna do it though, like don't do something so original.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Just I'll let them just punt it and play some defense, man. Make him march 90 yards. Don't give him a short field, especially Baltimore. But they still in the winning game. But these teams like the Colts, they 0 for 3 on fourth down. So that means your drives are stalling, and you have to go for on fourth down because your offense is not moving the ball and stalling, and that's a bad thing. They either execution or the play calling.
Yep.
All right, so everybody in VOF took the Rams in this, just because of the Rams defense and the Rams offense, and how up and down the coast whole team is right now. I have no faith in them. I had high hopes, but I need to see a little bit more, especially from Wentz and this offense. All right, next we have Bills versus Dolphins. And I'm kind of curious. I've seen a couple of people pick the Dolphins. I'm trying to wonder why after I saw the Patriots game. It's not like the Dolphins was out there putting on a clinic. Tua, he was decent, but not great. The Dolphins' defense was still good, but y'all expect Tua to keep up with Josh Allen?
And there's no way the Bills are starting off 0-2.
Is no. In what universe is the Bills starting off in 0-2 unless he come out throwing 4 interceptions? They have fumbles. The defense getting a bit plays, but the Bills defense look pretty good versus Steelers, and Steelers is way more offensive oriented than the Dolphins. So how in the world y'all picking the Dolphins right here?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking the Bills got that pretty easy. Couple touchdowns.
Pretty easy. And I believe this is where Josh Allen gonna go off. He had an off game.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, and you gonna really stop Stephon Diggs and them boys. What's his name? What's the slot receiver name?
Cole Beasley.
Yeah, Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders. Well, they lost John Brown. They brought in somebody else. I can't think of it right now.
They got what?
Oh, say it again.
I said they got some weapons.
Yeah, they have weapons, and Singletary is showing like he's the number one back right now because he can pass catch, which they throw the ball a lot, so that's perfect for them. And Knox, he had a couple of good catches in that Steelers game. He's showing like he's emerging as a pretty solid tight end. And Gabriel Davis, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Knox, he's from Ole Miss.
Yeah, he is. He is. Them Ole Miss boys they pretty relentless now.
Yeah, he was on that same team with Metcalf and AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm. Them boys are pretty solid. So Knox, he made a couple of great catches in that game. So the Dolphins, they just don't have enough going for them right now. Mal Gaskin, he had a pretty good game, but not great. Other than that, Devontae Parker, he do what he does, but that offense is just not potent. It's just not good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not that good to me either. I don't have that much faith in Tua.
You were down to it since the Dolphins picked him.
I think he's nothing more than a game manager.
You have someone to get game managers?
I'm saying I think that his ceiling is a game manager. Like I don't think he could be like elite ever.
Oh, you already think Herbert's like head and shoulders above him?
Herbert and Burrow,
yeah. Yeah, because Burrow do look a little bit more polished than Tua right now.
Yeah.
And Tua, it seems like he just don't have his confidence is there, but and he gonna miss Will Fuller. Will Fuller's out with a personal problem.
Will Fuller can't stay on the field, so.
Well, he's out with a personal problem, which is kind of, I guess, but You usually can't stay on the field, so you taking another game off. It's kind of
Just wait,
irritating.
yeah, just wait until a couple games he plays. He'll come out for a couple games for a hamstring.
Oh man, he just can't stay healthy for some reason.
He has so much talent. It's frustrating because he's really good.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No, he's a great. He got pretty good solid hands and great deep threat, but it seemed like his body fragile, man, made of glass or something.
If y'all could stay healthy, Michael Thomas, he would. I always thought if y'all would have got him, he'd have been the perfect complement to Michael Thomas.
Oh yeah, cause he's in stretch the field. You can't double team Mike Thomas with Will Fuller like breaking in and out of routes. So that's pretty hard to do.
That's why him and D-Hop were really good together.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do y'all still have that receiver QT?
No, he's on the Colts now.
Okay. Oh, everybody is picking the Patriots. No, my bad. Everybody picking the Bills. Bills, we already know. Josh Allen is the key. In the defense, I believe they are better than they were last year, which the Bills wanted to improve on. So there's that, and they a little bit more complete now. Dolphins, they just don't have enough. Patriots and Jets. The Jets put up a good fight, but that O line is horrible, man. I think Zach Wilson was sacked like 5 times in that Panthers game. That's not gonna do it against this Patriots defense.
No.
It's not gonna get it done. And the Jets, they 31st in rushing, bro. 31st in rushing.
Belichick never lost to a rookie quarterback either.
And it's not gonna happen this Sunday either. Matt Jones, he did enough to win that game for the Patriots versus the Dolphins, but they had that costly fumble at the end on that when they were driving. The Jets, that 31st in rushing is really hurting Zach Wilson, Michael Carter, Todd Johnson, Tevin Coleman. They can't open holes for them guys. I don't know how they're using Michael Carter. I didn't see the whole Patriots and Jets game, but the whole rushing attack is just dead, straight dead.
Yeah, they should have signed somebody that they knew would be. I mean, they're just not cutting it. And I mean, I know Michael Carter might be good, but he might end up being good one day. But you can't bank on a rookie. You got to have some vets there that are solid,
And the only thing that's gonna help the Jets in this game is the Michael Carter. I mean, not Michael Carter. Zach Wilson and Corey Davis connection. I mean, Corey Davis, he had a great game. I think he had like 90-something receiving yards, like 6 catches or something like that.
Yeah, I think he had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns. So that's the only connections that's the only thing they got going for themselves. The defense, they did play against Panthers, but they did get gashed by McCaffrey, but it's McCaffrey, so you can't fault them for that. But the Patriots more they not a little bit better, but they a little bit more poised, a little bit more polished than the Jets, and I believe Matt Jones gonna do enough. I'll put up 3 touchdowns on him, to be honest. I don't think this game gonna be close.
Yeah, I don't either.
Everybody again at VOF chose the Patriots. Next game is 49ers versus the Eagles. Now, I actually had to think about this game and play out a scenario in my head of how I see this game going. Because the 49ers did show some vulnerability in the running game. They got gashed by Wilf and Jamal Williams. And that could be a problem, especially with Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is better than both of them guys.
Yep.
So can they? Do you think they can control the clock or something going into this game?
I think. I think honestly, I picked the 49ers winning 28-24, but I really wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles won. Just
That's the way I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, if the Lions run all over you like that, like you said, I mean, Jalen Hurts in the backfield, he can run. Miles Sanders is solid running back, and Jalen Hurts was on a roll last week, and I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to have a good year. I think he had a good all season. I'm not going to say they're going to win, but I think it's going to be close.
It's going to be closer than what people think it's going to be. Because it feels like how the Eagles are set up, it exploits some of the 49ers' weaknesses. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't have the best secondary either, do they?
You said the best secondary?
Yeah, isn't the 49ers secondary a little weak?
Yeah, they are. Their corners are not all that great. I mean, I think they have a pretty good safety and a good corner, a decent corner, not a great corner. Remember they have K1 Williams.
They used to have that.
And they have Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, and they had that Jason Verrett dude, but he tore his ACL.
Mhm. Yeah, he always tearing his ACL. He did it when he was with the Chargers.
Yeah, man.
Like, is there like ACL training or exercises you can do to strengthen your ACL? Isn't like he always tear his every year?
Yeah, it's sad. It really is.
It is. It really is, though. But if I'm the 49ers, the only way I'm going to have to stack the box and like force him to make deep throws. Cause we do got Jimmy Ward back there. He's a pretty dang on good safety. So I don't want them to chip away and just gash us because they're gonna tire our defense. I want Jalen to make the right reads, make the right throws, and hopefully he can throw an interception or get flustered a little bit. Make him throw. Okay, we know you got a strong arm, but can you make the right read and anticipate when your receiver getting open, anticipate all the routes they're running? That's what I want to see. I want to make Jalen Hurts think and see how he adapts to our defensive strategy.
If the Eagles do win this game, the Cowboys better watch out.
Yeah, division. Exactly. Because we already know the Cowboys are susceptible to big games and big time plays. Now, that secondary they are horrible bunch of bombs in the back of their secondary.
Yeah,
so they better hold it.
I didn't even know most of their secondary, their names.
Me either. They did a whole revamp because was it Byron?
Byron Jones.
Yeah, is he still there? I don't think he is.
He's with the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was their best corner, and he's gone. And they bought and did. I think they drafted Diggs last
year. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs.
Mm-hmm. So that's about the only worthy guy. But he wasn't on Antonio Brown. I believe he was on Mike Evans the whole game. All right, so everybody at VFL are picking the 49ers. It seemed like everybody just like clear coat the team that should win this game because some of these matchups are kind of like lopsided a little bit. All right.
Yeah, it's not the best week for matchups, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the games we did get wrong last week. I know I have stats somewhere of the games we picked last week. Let me see. I think I got on this notebook right here. Yeah, last week I went 9-7, and you and Tyler went 8-8.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
That was real rough, man.
Yeah.
We missed a good bit of games.
There's a lot of close
ones. Yeah, but some they shouldn't went the way it did.
Yeah. Yeah, a
All
lot of them
right.
surprised,
What you say?
but a lot of them surprised me.
It is. They really did for real. Like the Raiders beating the Raiders beating the Ravens. That really took me by surprise. I didn't think they gonna do all that. So the next game is Raiders versus Steelers. Now this could be a trap game too. 'Cause I saw the Steelers the offense, man.
Yep.
They been a little old, bro.
Yeah, I picked the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders are on a roll, man. They beat the Ravens. They got the. I feel like they're gonna come in and think they can beat Pittsburgh and really believe it. And I think they're gonna beat them.
Cause they on that high
Confident.
beating the Ravens. Yeah. But I actually picked the Steelers. Me and Tyler picked the Steelers. I just believe in the Steelers offense. Even though Big Ben looking kind of old, but they have too much firepower, dude. They got way better firepower than the Ravens, to be honest. And Najee Harris can come into his own. That type of game they were playing was kind of tough. He was trying to do too much, but I think he'll settle down. And the
Yeah,
Ravens offense, the Steelers offense is gonna get rolling.
I think so too.
And the Steelers defense is way better than the Ravens defense.
I agree with you. I don't know. I feel like this is probably like the game where I'm taking a chance. I'm going with the Raiders. Like remember Tyler? He accidentally picked the Raiders last week. Well, I'm intentionally picking them this week.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this: did you know Josh Jacobs gonna be out?
Well, I mean, I did see that earlier today. So, but they do got Kenyon Drake though. Kenyon Drake's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. But I think now the Steelers gonna be like, okay, we can kind of breathe some blitzes and not have to worry about the run as much. I feel like, Josh Jacobs is a better back, but Drake is better out the backfield. But the Steelers linebackers, man, they quick, so they may recover that. I believe they fast. And this is a fast defense.
Yeah, I mean, I know I picked that before the Jacobs, but I mean, I got to stick with it. I'll just stick with it.
Exactly. Hey, that's why I let you give your pick before I mentioned that.
Yeah, I'll stick with it. But I still think they got it. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a good game. Like I said, I was just shocked by the the Raiders offense. I was like, it's no way. Well, I already knew Derek Carr was a good quarterback. But you now see his line, offering him protection. And you see him doing he making the right decision, right reads with the ball. And that receiver boy is not no slouch.
No, it's not. And Darren Waller's a problem.
And Zay Jones is underrated, man. Imagine if the Bills kept Zay Jones and they had Stephon Diggs, Zay Jones. Oh my goodness, Zay Jones! I promise you, Zay Jones is so underrated, bro.
Yeah, he's solid.
And and we ain't mentioned Henry Ruggs. How you think Henry Ruggs gonna pan out in this league?
He ain't showed me much yet.
He remind me of Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, because Hollywood was kind of slow to start his career, and he had a decent game the other night against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like if that offense not specifically built for you to do this type of thing, like you are a deep threat, then what you do? You know how the Saints, they always have a deep threat guy to take the top off. I feel like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like they're not using them right or something. Or they don't take enough deep threats. Or they don't have enough running game to do that.
Yeah, and everyone's trying to draft the next Tyreek Hill, and it's pretty much impossible to do that. So,
Exactly.
You ain't going to find a Tyreek Hill.
But you gotta have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes to make Tyreek Hill too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, they trying to copy a blueprint, but they don't have the right pieces to do so.
I agree with that.
So you taking the Raiders, me and Tyler taking the Steelers. Let's move on down here. Broncos versus. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to the Ravens. Is Lamar Jackson improving to you, or he regressing from what you
regress.
see? Yes. Okay. Thank you. I thought it was just me while I'm watching the game. I'm like, he's not going through his progressions right or something. It's like it seems like he's making one read and like, okay, I'm running.
Yeah, the Ravens did not impress me at all in that game.
They did not. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Lamar Jackson. I'm like, dude, you're not able to get your best tight end the ball. You're not able to like spread the ball around. If the running game ain't going for y'all, you're not able to just drop back and just go through progression. He's not improving from what I'm seeing, and it seems like he's taking a step back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I'd take Kyler over him any day, honestly.
Who you say?
I said I'd take Kyler Murray over him any day.
Yeah, Kyle Murray. Now, when you seen the podcast edit cover, I mean,
yeah.
he turned it up. He's looking like another version of Russell Wilson out there, a faster version. But anyway, I just want to get that off my chest. When I was watching that Ravens game, I was like, yo, this is not it. This is not what I thought the Ravens offense would be. If I'd known that, I would never took Lamar Jackson in fantasy. Like I'm trying to get rid of him, man. I'm seriously trying to find suitors for him.
For Lamar?
Yeah, for Lamar.
All right, I'll trade you Matt Ryan.
Man, come on. Hey, I went to your roster because I was trying to unload Lamar, and I was looking. I was like, bro, I'm not liking what I'm seeing with your quarterback. Like, I would take Herbert from you, but he's still young though. He's not. He can put up like Allen like numbers in the future, but right now he's still green.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Broncos versus Jags. Going into the game, all I thought was about, Bronco offense, they being steady. They stand on course. They stand in line to what they can do, and they run the ball really well versus the Giants. Giants D line is way better than Jacksonville D line, and I feel like they're just gonna run the Jazz out the game. They're just gonna load Gordon and what was the other guy name? Was it Trayvon Williams or something like that? Javon, was it Javon or Trayvon?
Something like that.
Yeah, I feel like they just gonna give the ball, turn around and give the ball to those guys, and they just gonna eat the Jazz up.
Yeah, it's not gonna be close.
Jazz,
There's really nothing else to say. We already went on our rant about the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm. And Urban Meyer came out and he did say that it'll never be a day where Lawrence throw the ball 51 times ever again. That's just a sum up what he said.
He really said that?
Yeah, he said it won't be another day. His name Javante Williams. He said it won't be another day where we see Trevor Lawrence come out and throw the ball 51 times. He was pretty upset about that.
Never say never.
Quarterback should be. He said, and here in week 2, 50 times.
Yeah. I told y'all. It's all we going down, baby.
Yeah, I told him we're gonna throw for 51. 50 was the perfect mark here. It was just that one extra ball that messed us up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You still can't say never though. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you got that right, especially in a shootout.
Especially when you play for the Jaguars.
I want. If I'm Jaguar, shootout is what I'm avoiding. So get a freaking ball to James Robinson and let him do what he do, man. Let him do what he do.
Yeah, why are they sleeping on him?
I don't know. Sometimes,
they're trying to ruin his man's career.
Say that again.
It's like they're trying to ruin his career. The dude was an undrafted free agent, and then he went and rushed for what, fourth in the league last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, y'all didn't even have to draft a running back in the first round. You just got one for free. He was undrafted. That's what I don't get.
You know, coaches are weird, dude. Like Bill O'Brien, he didn't like D-Hop bringing all his kids around or his baby mamas. Like,
dude, I wouldn't care.
Play.
I wouldn't care. It's freaking D-Hop, bro. I'd be like, hey, you can bring them on. We'll have a team deal. We'll have a team meal. Like,
yeah, man, we have a straight barbecue, man.
For real, okay. Like, it's DeAndre Hopkins.
You getting mad because that man bring around different kids? Like, oh, who this kid about? Like, who give a crap what he do outside? Nah, ain't spending time with his Miss family. Who give a crap?
Exactly.
He playing ball, dude.
Balling out.
If James Robinson going, I don't know, going partying every day, but he's not getting in trouble, like, that's not my business, dude. Long as he to stay out of trouble.
Long as he's balling out.
Yeah, he be coming down and balling out. I don't give a crap what he do outside. You know? He can go bird watch from all I care. That's none of my business. If he come to work, he come to work.
Exactly.
And Urban Meyer seemed like type of dude that'd be picky like that, though.
Holding grudges and stuff.
Yeah. No, he did. He is the one that came out and said that, you know, being vaccinated was part of the process of us keeping players or not.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, bro, I don't care if you vaccinated or unvaccinated. If dude can ball and follow protocol, okay. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
So, yeah, coaches, they weird, dude. And that's why someone don't look at Belichick. At least he knows what he's looking for. He knows talent. He knows talent.
Yep.
So he has a reason behind everything. And what Cam Newton did was his reason. Like, he's showing that he's not good enough. First of all, that he's not the same quarterback. So there's no point. Now, if you see how Belichick brought in Randy Moss here, and Randy Moss had all the baggage and all this extraness, but he was like, I see the talent, I can work with it. As long as he come to practice and do what he need to do, then he don't care. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Either run the man or free him, let him go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. No, a lot of teams would be ready to jump at James Robinson. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, because of the incompetence of the Jacksonville coaching staff and organization, the Broncos will win this game. I'm pretty sure, everybody will be able to pick this game. So, yeah, Jazz, they're not smart. So they're gonna lose this game. They might lose all their games. Now you shouldn't come out and just lose to Texas like that. That's just unexcusable.
Fair boys start the year.
Man, that's just like I'm pissed off. I'm not even a Jacksonville fan.
I'm pissed off too. The Texans. I'm pissed too because I want the Texans to keep losing. I'm pissed off at them.
Man, you should be rooting for Tyrod, bro. Like, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I am rooting for Tyrod.
Mm-hmm. You know? And you can buy you a Texan jersey and you can say your name is on the jersey. You know?
Nah, I'm going to have to pass. Hey, I wanted to get one of those shirts. I wanted them to lose every game this year and then put Owen on the back and then 17. Owen 17.
Well, now you gotta go for 1 and 16. Now you gotta go for that. All right, Vikings at Cards. Vikings. Zimmerman was not playing when he said that y'all didn't do anything good in the preseason games. And maybe y'all took that to heart. And we're like, we'll show you. We ain't going to do nothing good the whole season. Hey, them boys, man. I never seen a defense go from top to bottom like that.
Yeah, that was bad.
Corners can't cover.
The Cardinals are scared.
Huh?
Cardinals are scared. I think the Cardinals are gonna blow them out. Honestly.
If they lost to the Bengals, they really shouldn't have a chance versus the Cardinals. Just from looking how the Cardinals manhandled the Titans and how Chandler Jones went off versus that O line compared to the Vikings O line, which is nowhere near better than the Titans O line. So this could get pretty ugly. It all depends on if they can cover Adam Thielen. If they let Adam Thielen get hot and early, let him get hot early, then it might be closer. But if they let Justin Jefferson and them boys get going, Dalvin, then it might be a little bit closer. But if Kirk Cousins is slinging this thing around, then they're gonna lose. They're gonna have to rely heavy on Dalvin.
Yeah, I agree.
Seahawks. Nobody in the Vikings secondary can cover D-Hop, can cover Christian Kirk, can cover even AJ Green. So they in Anthony Barr, he in for a long day because he about to run a couple miles because it's gonna be a track meet.
Yeah, I mean nobody in the NFL can guard D-Hop anyways.
Patrick Peterson's past his prime. He's not gonna be able to guard D-Hop, man. That's why the Cardinals part ways, because it was like, he's solid, but he's not the same guy.
Yeah, it sucks for Patrick Peterson. Like he's stuck with the Cardinals for all those sucky years, and now they're good, and he's gone.
I know, right? They sucked the living mess out of him. They sucked all the big time caliber player out of him. Now he's just a shell of himself, and it's kind of messed up because he could went to the championship team and probably won a couple of rings, but they wasting his talent, man.
Yeah, he was elite.
He was elite. So it's just a shame. But going into the game, if I'm the Vikings, my game plan is try to get Dalvin going. I have to get him going in order to slow down this pass rush. Because if we just start throwing this thing, man, they're gonna let the dogs loose, and our O line is not gonna be able to hold up. It's not.
Yeah, that's true.
We have to get Dalvin Cook going. Have to, either in play action, or screens, or pick routes, get him out in the passing game, double pass, anything to get him going.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can't be one-dimensional against that pass rush.
You can't. And you don't want to get in a shootout either because the Cardinals got some firepower now. Super Kyler, he can put on the show, and you don't want him to do that. But everybody at BOF took the Cardinals. This game on his list, not really a game. It's really just practice. Falcons versus the Bucks. I mean, Falcons, to be honest, I'll just forfeit and just try to go to next week because Matt Ryan probably should call in sick too. He stayed on his back versus the Eagles, and it's not gonna get much better.
Oh, against that pass rush.
What you say?
I said not against that pass rush.
It's not gonna get any better. Mike Davis, like I said before, I'm not impressed by him. I don't even know why y'all made him y'all number one back. It was kind of head scratcher,
He's a solid number two back. He's not a number one.
Not your primary dog. I could have told y'all that going into the off season. I would have said, okay, cool. We signed Mike Davis. Who else y'all getting, right? Y'all getting somebody else? Y'all making a trade? What we doing here? We going with Mike Davis into the season? Okay, that's weird. Oh, all right. So at this point, they not competing for anything. Just trade Matt Ryan. Gonna get over with. Y'all. I still can't believe y'all went tight end when y'all should improve that O line because as we saw, if you don't have an O line, what's the point of having weapons if you can't get them the ball? Really didn't do anything. Even Gage, I think Gage had like one target or something like that, maybe two. I don't think he had no catches in that game. Y'all didn't have. They didn't have Pitts in the red zone. Like they was in the red zone. I don't think he was on the field on one play. Like why he not on all the plays? He's your red zone threat. Falcons a mess, dude.
It's pretty rough situation they got going there.
I want to say from the front office because they did bring in a new GM from the Saints. He was like a executive, like an assistant executive to the our GM or something like that. So he took over for the Falcons. So I want to say, so he knew at this. But he's not new at this. He started fresh with a new team. So I'm blaming the coaches on down. This is pitiful. Like y'all can't even move the ball versus the Eagles. And then when y'all did move the ball, y'all stalled, or y'all did something dumb and y'all turned the ball over, or y'all just couldn't make a play. Like the O-line couldn't protect nobody. Defense couldn't stop nobody. So at this point, y'all gonna get your tail whooped this Sunday. Unless division games are usually a little bit closer. Y'all just play a little harder because of division games. But I am gonna root for y'all because I want Tampa to lose. But I am picking the Bucs to win because all I gotta say is Tom Brady and the offense and the defense, they just too much. I mean, there's no breakdown to the game because y'all don't do it. The Falcons don't do anything good. So what I'm breaking down here?
Trash.
I'm not breaking down anything. I watch. I've seen a lot of terrible things. So it's more of a lot of corrections than a breakdown here. I mean, y'all just a bad football team, and I'm kind of happy y'all are because y'all talk a lot of noise to be a properly franchise. I am a Saints fan if y'all didn't know. So who that? And I love to see the Falcons lose. So everybody picking the Bucs. What you say?
I said, they know you're a Saints fan.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you have Matt Ryan on your team. Like he's on your bench. When you're watching the games and you look at your final score and your roster, what you thought? What went through your head when you saw Matt Ryan fantasy points?
Well, I'm glad I didn't start him.
Were you really thinking about starting him?
No, I was going to start Herbert all the way. Well, actually, I did consider it because Herbert was playing against the Washington.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was thinking you probably thinking the Eagles matchup was a little bit favorable because of the Eagles secondary, but it seemed like the Eagles defense, got a little bit better. But I want to say it was one play. The Falcons in the red zone, and everybody knows Fletcher Cox, but apparently the Falcons don't know him. The dude been in the league for like 10 years. One of the best defensive linemen on the Falcons, on the Eagles. So they ran this play. The guard was in front of Fletcher Cox, and he pulled to the right side to help with pass protection, something like that. So it left a clean rushing lane for Fletcher Cox to rush the passer. And the only person there to block Fletcher Cox was Mike Davis. And we already know how that ended for Mike Davis. But the guard that pulled to help out the blocking on the right side was literally, there was like two players on that side not blocking anybody. How the rest of the Eagles defense kind of like went back into coverage. And it left a beeline for Fletcher Cox to get to Matt Ryan, which ended up being an incomplete pass. I believe it was Russell Gage or Ridley. One on right over across the middle. But Matt Ryan was under pressure so much that he missed the throw because of Fletcher Cox.
Yeah,
See,
did you
that's
see
what
that one?
Hmm?
Did you see that one dude for the Falcons? Their guard Mayfield had like a 24 like PFF grade for pass blocking.
24?
Yes, I've never
Jeez.
seen low. I've never seen one that low before.
It's like a high schooler, coming in for an NFL player to play.
Yeah,
Jesus,
they like pulled the receipts on social media, and this guy like because he was a rookie, and he like posted a picture, and he like posted something on Twitter, and he's like, if you don't want your quarterback to get hit, then draft me. And then there's a picture of him like letting the dude through and sacking Matt Ryan, and the dude had a 24 pass block grade.
you talking about bad scouting? Oh my word!
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the play that I saw. Like who's calling plays? Like, why would that guard pull right there with Fletcher Cox? Like, literally, nobody blocking Fletcher Cox. Y'all left a running back to block Fletcher. Like, who does that?
Exactly. You do not want your running back guarding or blocking Fletcher Cox, man.
That's just bad all around. They in the offensive room, and they were like, all right, on this play, you got Fletcher Cox here. We're just gonna let him come on through, and we're gonna swing this guard around. And everybody was like just nodding their head, like okay, like everybody was fine with it. Nobody didn't like have a question, like so we just gonna let him rush come in on a clean rush. I can't believe they looked at that on the board and they thought that was okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the Falcons are doing.
Well, if y'all put money on games, this is the game to put money on. Put all your life savings on the Bucks.
Yeah, for real. If anybody bets for the Falcons, they're probably on some type of hard drug.
They just need a little bit of cash, man. They just need a little bit of cash. All right, so Cowboys versus Chargers. Oh, like I said, everybody picked the Bucks from here at VOF. Cowboys versus Chargers. Now this game is really interesting. Kyle going back and forth playing this game through my head, scenarios and stuff. And I just came down to the point of, I like how Dak is playing, and if he gonna win a game, he's not gonna let him go 0-2. I really feel that he's not gonna let him drop down to 0-2. You saw the Chargers; they did have a little bit of problems with the Washington football team. And I believe Dallas is way better offensive firepower than Washington. So they're gonna put up more points. They're gonna be able to shred that Chargers secondary, in my opinion. And their offensive weapons is better.
I think. I think Herbert's gonna have a good game against that defense. I think it might end up being a shootout.
Yeah,
but I think the Cowboys are gonna win. I think. You don't want to get in a shootout with the Cowboys.
No, you don't. And the Cowboys, they have too many weapons for the Chargers. And I feel like the Cowboys probably come out here and just try to get Zeke going. I believe he only had like 10 carries last game, something to that effect. So I believe they're going to try to get him going and just open up this pass attack a little more. Because when you get Zeke going, a lot of things open up. And I believe they're going to throw different looks at Herbert. I know they're going to make sure Keenan Allen don't beat them. Because that's the key. If Keenan Allen, start going off, then they're going to have some problems. And you don't want that. You don't want Keenan Allen going off. So make the Charger one-dimensional. I see if Eckler, if I see if Eckler can, get some going or, be involved more in the passing attack, then so be it. I'll take that. But if I'm the Cowboys, I'm not letting Keenan Allen go off on me. And Mike Williams, you gotta watch him because he is a big target. So you want, like I said, you want to keep the Chargers one-dimensional here.
He's improved a lot, Mike Williams.
He has. Yeah, you stole him from me, man.
Well, I didn't. Thanks to dude, I wanted to just lose that game instead of tie, so I could have got that Mitchell guy too.
Yeah, that really
But
screwed you over. Eli Mitchell, that really screwed you over.
yeah,
All right.
whoever.
I believe everybody took the Cowboys. Yeah, they did. Titans at Seahawks. Still another head scratcher here because I'm trying not to believe that they were the Titans team that we saw last Sunday. But the more I think about it, the more I say, okay, yeah, that probably is the team that we saw because
Because we've been saying that.
Yeah,
We've been saying their defense. Their defense was depleted.
Yeah, they had too much players, too much turnover on defense, and that's a problem, especially in the AFC where there's a lot of firepower in that conference. And we saw that they couldn't stop nobody, and we saw what Seattle did to the Colts in the passing game. I mean, that's Seattle bread and butter. So you trying to tell me, you trying to convince me that the Titans coming out and stopping that? Okay, yeah, okay, good luck.
Yeah, DK and Lockett. That's a great duo. They're very good together.
Yeah, they are. They are, and they have great chemistry. It's definitely with that deep connection here. And the Titans, everybody was like, "Ooh, AJ Brown, Julio Jones." I was like, but they only throw the ball like 30 times a game. And
They need to go down to They need to go down to Jacksonville, man.
Yeah, like yo, they didn't bring Urban Meyer to the Titans, and we get Julio 15 targets a game.
Yeah, go ahead.
Urban Meyer down here.
Yeah, go ahead and take touches away from Derrick Henry. See how that goes.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing that going through my mind. Like, okay, they're getting Julio, but they're not gonna use Julio because they're here gonna get 25 touches a game. And it kills the clock when you run the ball that much anyway. So it's not gonna be that much passing attempts going on, and that's gonna hurt them. If their Henry's not killing the other team, then the Titans can't do a shootout. That's not what the Titans are all about. So if Derrick Henry just not beasting and feasting, then the Titans gonna lose.
That's very true, and like you said, man, I mean, that on paper, their offense is scary, but there's only one football. There's one football.
Exactly. And maybe they get a couple of splash plays, but I'm pretty Seattle gonna get every one splash play they get, Seattle get two. If Derrick Henry's not going here. So everybody at VOL picked Seattle. Man, man, y'all cheating off my paper or something, man.
You cheating off mine. I said mine in early.
Man, I think I'm looking at this right now. The only game everybody chose different was the Raiders.
Yeah, you and Tyler have been right the whole time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so let's see. We got 3 more games. Let's see if somebody chose something different here. Chiefs at the Ravens. We already talked about Lamar earlier, how we didn't like what we saw, and you trying to convince me that the Ravens offense is going to keep up the Chiefs offense when the Browns barely made it out the game with a W? Well, they didn't make it out the game. They almost made out the game with a W. And so you try to tell me the Ravens going to come as close as the Browns did? No, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying
that. Yeah, no shot.
The Ravens secondary looked kind of suspect. They got burned. I don't really consider that Marlon Humphrey's fault. They literally didn't play a safety in the middle of the field. I don't know why they just thought, oh, let's bring all out pressure here with no safety in the middle. But okay. So I don't really put that on Marlon Humphreys. I mean, that's kind of a difficult task to cover a receiver in a slot. And, you just got to just straight up post corner for a touchdown. That's kind of hard. to cover.
Yeah, Marcus Peters injury hurt them too.
Yeah, he's out for the year. So I'm seeing the Chiefs just doing whatever they want to do to the Ravens. Like, if they want to throw it, they can throw it. If they want to run it, they can run it. Lamar doesn't have the tools yet to match Patrick Mahomes score for score, because this is what we're going to get into. It's going to get into a scoring match. And Lamar just don't have the tool set yet, the skill set yet to do what he need to do in order to uplift the Ravens over the Chiefs, to put the whole team on his back. Unless he just go the whole 2004 Michael Vick thing experience, where he just gashes and rushes for 200 some yards, something crazy. But other than that,
shootout, Pat.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. So I want to say it's gonna be a dominant game, but I have the Chiefs by at least 14 or 17 points here.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so Patrick Mahomes gonna do Patrick Mahomes things. Tyreek Hill gonna do Tyreek Hill things. We saw Darren Waller kill the Ravens. So what do you think? You don't think Kelsey's licking his chops over here? Like, oh man, I can't wait to feast on this game here.
Yeah, he knows he's gonna go off.
Yeah, and if he don't,
Tyreek Hill is. Well, yeah. They're probably both gonna go off. For being honest,
it's gonna be either or. Which portion you want? You want the Tyreek Hill or you want Kelsey? Either way, somebody's going off, and Kelsey should go off. We saw Darren Waller just manhandle that secondary. Everybody picked the Chiefs. All right. Packers at Lions. I mean, it's Jared Goff here. All the stuff they did was in garbage time. That game shouldn't have been that close. Got a 49ers pull starters and everything else. And, their number one team, their first team went against the 49ers second team, basically. And that's how they got back in the game. A couple of onside kicks they recovered. So this game was way out of hand, and it'll be way out of hand again. The Packers they mad because people been talking noise. Aaron Rodgers, like, just one game, so you already know that he about to throw 5 TDs. I mean, the Lions really don't have no chance.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers better come out pissed off, because if they lose this game, that's embarrassing.
I would be shocked. All right, I'll give Jared Goff another chance. If Jared Goff beats the Packers, he will grace the next episode cover of VOF. I'm giving you another chance, Jared. Make some of it. Let it be your motivation. Like, wow, man, I get to make the cover of VOF. Come out here and ball. So, Jared, there you go. Beat the Packers, bro. I'm gonna be watching because just from what I'm seeing, y'all might be with the Jazz winning by 1 or 2 games this year. I mean, it's not like Detroit fans is like, oh, we didn't win again this year. They used to it.
They're used to it.
Yeah, they used to. They're like, oh, what a great year. Love to see football again. They just love to see football.
They're just glad to watch football.
At this point, they're like, guys, it doesn't matter we win or lose, as long as y'all have fun out there.
Yeah, they get participation awards. The Pistons and the
Exactly. They're like, oh, guys, we just happy y'all have fun out there. Y'all give it your best. That's all that matters. That's those kind of fans they at this point.
Probably.
All right. For some reason, everybody picked the Packers, of course. For some reason, I had the Saints game last versus the Packers. What's kind of complex in here? I was just on Instagram going through other people's podcast shows, and some people were actually picking the Panthers here. Which, it is a rival in division game. I get it. Saints tend to make quarterbacks like Sam Darnold look spectacular. But I feel like the Saints are a different team. I feel like they're more committed. I feel like they're more focused because they know Drew's not here, so they know that Drew's not here to bail them out. So they playing with high intensity, high alert, and Winston just he's showing maturity, which is which is a great thing for him because now he can be a better football player. He can make the right reads. He threw a football away. Pierre King asked him what his favorite play out of the whole Saints versus Packers game. He said when I threw the ball away. So it tells me that he's learning how to be a professional. He's learning how to be a quarterback. And when you take those steps, man, it's nothing but great things waiting for you.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was the number one pick for a reason.
Yeah, he was number one pick. He was Heisman winner for a reason. And Tom Payton, he made sure these guys know that, hey, we came out here and beat the Packers. We came out here and did our thing, but he said, let's not eat the cheese, right? Let's not get high on ourselves. Let's stay hungry. Let's stay focused, right? And when you have a head coach like that bring you down to earth, that's gonna keep it real. Like, hey, it's just week 1, guys. We got 16 more weeks to keep doing this. We got something to prove. Everybody doubted us. Everybody said this and that about Winston, about Michael Thomas, about our defense. But we're gonna show them week in, week out. We're gonna take this game by game and show them every week. We're not gonna get high on ourselves. We're not gonna go pat ourselves on the back. No, we still got work to do. And that's what that's what great coaches do. They let you know, like, hey, that's a great team win, guys. But we still got more games. We still have a season to play.
Mm-hmm.
And with that maturity, it just brings out the best out of all your players.
Yeah, I think the Saints are going to win this game. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sam Darnold ain't going to be able to do what he did last week. Again, he was playing against the Jets.
Yeah.
The old Sam Darnold's going to show up this week against the Saints defense, in my opinion. And got Bradley Roby coming.
Mm-hmm. We don't know Marshawn going to play.
Marshawn might not play?
Yeah, he had a broken bone in his thumb, so he's in a cast, but he came out for warm-ups but did not practice. But you know how some of these guys are. When they put the cast on, he got a cast on his wrist. He had a cast on when he played against Green Bay. So if I had to guess, he might be out there. Limited, but he might be there.
I still think they're going to win regardless.
I do too. Our defense line just they are some monsters, man. They hungry and they relentless. So that's what I love about our defense. McCaffrey's gonna get his, of course, but I feel like if we just throw pressure at Darnold and try to make him beat us, try to limit McCaffrey to 80 yards maybe, somewhere around there. And we gotta get a chance. DJ Moore, watch out for the deep threat from Robbie Anderson and those guys, Marshall Jr. So it's gonna be key to get pressure so Darnold won't have time to look down the field. And other than that, team, man, the Saints team, if they beat Green Bay like this, then they should come out here with the same willingness to beat the Panthers too. But like I said, it's a division game, so division games are a little bit tougher. But I just feel like the Saints, man, they really confident in Winston and what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody will be well picking Saints. Who that?
You and Tyler right about we're the same about everything, huh?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was concerned because I didn't know which Winston I was gonna get. And I wasn't sure about defense because then we didn't have Roby. We had we didn't have that trade at that time. And the linebackers was kind of thin. Even though we signed Quan Alexander, but I was still kind of hesitant on our defense. I didn't know what was going to happen. But and we was out Mike Thomas, even though Callaway showed great things in the preseason. He's still kind of skeptical. Where Drew went through the same thing when he didn't have Mike Thomas and everybody was just bracketing the receivers, and even when they had MT, they were double team MT, which led less options for Drew to throw to. So it was just a number of things me and Ty was just like thinking about. But sometimes you just got to trust coach. Old coach know what he's doing.
Yep, for sure.
All right. Payton.
He's a good one.
Sean Payton, the guru, the quarterback guru. So that's all our picks are in. I'll be posting. I'll let y'all pick on our social media pages. I'm gonna post all the teams matchups up on Facebook and Instagram. Well, maybe not Facebook. For some reason, my Facebook page is kind of tweaking a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. So it's going to be on the VO Instagram page. So go vote there and have fun in the comments. Thank y'all for always tuning into our show and sharing with your family and friends. We really appreciate it. And can't wait to get more great things for y'all to interact with us with. And let's just try to make this podcast better, man. That's our main goal. We're trying to get better each and every day. And so leave, comments on tell us how we can do certain things better, or if y'all got any ideas that we can add to the show, then we're willing to consider. So thank y'all, and we out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.